Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this review we'll be taking a quick look at two sunscreens from La Roche Posay, which are the La Roche Posay Anthelios UV 400 Invisible Fluid SPF 50+ and the La Roche Posay Anthelios Invisible Spray SPF 50+. The La Roche Posay Anthelios UV 400 Invisible Fluid SPF 50+ ships with 8 UV filters of 𝗙𝗧𝗖 𝗗𝗏𝗧, juvenile T150, 𝗃𝗵𝗏𝗀, juvenile A+, Mesoreal XL and Mesoreal XS, as well as Mesoreal 400, which gives the sunscreen its superior protection against ultra-long UVA1 rays in the 380 to 400 nanometers range. On the other hand, the La Roche Posay Anthelios Invisible Spray SPF 50+, which is recommended for use on face and body, is formulated with 7 filters: homosalate, octisalate, 𝗃𝗏𝗧, juvenile T150, 𝗃𝗵𝗏𝗀, Mesoreal XL and Mesoreal SX. Both sunscreens promise sensitive, skin friendly, very high water and sweat resistant sun protection. In this demo, I'm applying 1.25 ml of each sunscreen to each half of my washed and super dry face and ears, making a total of 2.5 ml of sunscreen, and I honestly don't see any difference in the finish. I still look greasy on both sides of the face. 4 to 5 sprays of this particular spray will give you 1.25 ml of sunscreen, just in case you're wondering. Most people in the skincare community seem to love this one a lot better because it contains perlite, which helps to mattify the skin. But it would appear my skin is very greasy, and the greasiness of my skin is no match for the amount of perlite that was used in this formula. So if you have very oily skin, you might not get the matte finish that you want out of this sunscreen. Just have that in mind. But then again, if you want superior protection, superior UVA protection, this is one that has superior UVA protection. Though for some reason the brand did not disclose the UVA protection factor on this. Previously, I think it was like 46 to 50 thereabout. I can't remember, but for some reason they stopped disclosing it. But for the spray, I think the spray has 34.8 UVA protection, so which is quite high as well. So personally, I'll just keep repurchasing the spray and not this one. These two sunscreens are very water resistant. When I say water resistant, very water resistant. The first time that I tried this particular spray, I was lodging in a hotel and I made the mistake of only going with my oil cleanser, my 𝗀𝗃𝗃 acid soap, and my 𝗂𝗵𝗶𝗃 cleanser. Those 3 products were not enough to remove these products. By the time I was done cleansing 3 times, I could still feel this product on my skin. This is the oil cleanser that I was using then. This is the 𝗃𝗵𝗁 Skin Therapy Cleansing Oil for face. This cleansing oil was not enough to move it. When I was done, I moved in with my 𝗀𝗃𝗃 acid soap from Hidi Rose and then my 𝗂𝗵𝗶𝗃 cleanser. Still, it did not budge. So I went on Instagram and I asked you guys for recommendations on beastly cleansing oils to get or cleansing balms to get, and quite a number of you recommended really expensive products that a boy cannot afford right now, to be honest, because they were quite expensive. The price per mil of products was just ridiculous for me and I could not get them. But Ivy Store recommended that I should try this one from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, this 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 cleansing oil. I got this from her for 9,500 naira thereabouts, and fortunately this thing worked. This cleansing oil is like a dream, a fucking dream to use. It is so lightweight, feels very luxurious to massage into the skin, and it actually gets these two sunscreens off the skin. So if you are struggling to remove this sunscreen from your skin, try this cleansing oil from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I also got 𝗃𝗧𝗖's cleansing oil, which I haven't opened yet, but for now this is doing the job of getting these two sunscreens off my skin effectively well. And after this, again, a water-based cleanser, and the sunscreen is off completely. So if you need one good reason to get these two sunscreens, especially this one, the spray, it is the ultra water resistant. Most times whenever I apply sunscreen to my skin, and maybe I'm exposed to the rain or to just a splash of water, the sunscreen tends to turn milky immediately. This sunscreen doesn't turn milky on my skin for any reason whatsoever. It doesn't turn milky on exposure to water. And when you even try to cleanse it off with just water alone, it does not budge. You will still feel it as in it's somewhat sticky and tacky feel on the skin. You still feel it. So let me say, if you're a Muslim who does ablution every time and you want a sunscreen that will not move, doing ablution. I don't know whether that is allowed by your religion or if it is allowed, get this sunscreen. This shit does not move on just water alone. Even when you apply soap myself, it doesn't really move. If you don't have a good oil cleanser, don't get this. Both sunscreens are marketed as sensitive skin friendly, but I do not understand how sensitive skin friendly they are if they contain denatured alcohol and fragrance. In the case of the spray contains fragrance, and the fragrance in here, Jesus, it lingers. It's not a bad fragrance per se, but it's just not my type of fragrance. It smells a bit floral, but this shit lingers. I use this on my face only, and I can still perceive this perfume into the 8th hour. Sorry, I can still perceive this sunscreen into the 8th hour. It is, I don't know, the perfume in here is quite annoying. So I don't know whether it is sensitive skin friendly or not. If you have issues with perfume and skincare, skip this. The perfume in here lingers a long while. Another issue that I have with these two sunscreens, in the sense that when I start to sweat, it leaves a slightly yellowish tint on my skin, which I tried to catch on camera, but I don't know, I was not able to get that. Even around the beard area, you notice like it's very slight yellowish tint thereabouts with these two sunscreens when you start to sweat. So, because these two sunscreens, they come off as being yellow. This one comes off a lot more yellow than this one. So, yeah, you might experience that. If you don't sweat a lot, you won't experience it. But if you do sweat a lot, you might notice that yellowish tint to the skin after sweating. The only reason why I will not be repurchasing this one is just because it doesn't give a matte finish on the skin, number one, and it's quite pricey. So I'll just keep repurchasing this one. And yeah, I'm not saying this is a bad sunscreen. If you do not have really oily skin, get this one and use it. Another issue, one issue that I have with this is like, in fact, the two sunscreens, I tend to prefer like creamy sunscreens. Like when I take 1.25 ml of the creamy sunscreen and I apply it to my skin, I feel that I have covered my entire face effectively well. But when I'm using 1.25 ml of a watery sunscreen, I always feel paranoid that I am not applying enough sunscreen. It is so watery that it blends into the skin really fast that it makes me feel like, did I really apply sunscreen on my face or not? So eventually I end up, instead of using 1.25 ml of sunscreen, I might end up using like 3.75 ml of sunscreen just to be sure that I've really covered my face entirely. And by so doing, I would exhaust this product a lot faster. So basically, generally for me, I just do not fancy watery sunscreen. They make me use more products. I don't know about you. If you have that same experience, do please let me know in the comment section down below. Watery sunscreens tend to make me use more products. Maybe that's a marketing gimmick for them, I don't know, but it is what it is. Because at times when I'm spraying this sunscreen, I'm not going to lie, sometimes there's a possibility that I use up to like 7.5 ml of sunscreen just to cover my neck, my face upwards of the sunscreen. And yeah, so that has been my review of these two sunscreens from La Roche Posay. Whichever one you choose to get, they offer a really good protection, and you should just check them out. If you tend to exfoliate, like do very intense exfoliation like the 𝗂𝗵𝗄𝗃 peeling solution, get this sunscreen for like 3 to 4 days after you exfoliate. Use this for maximum protection against the sun, especially UVA rays. I cannot recommend this highly enough, and it's cheap, but then again it's greasy. If you don't like greasy sunscreens, try this one if you have money. This one 8,000 naira for 50 ml of sunscreen. This one 11,000 naira for 200 ml of sunscreen. Do the maths. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Before I finish, some of you have been asking me for a body care routine, so I don't know, do I attach it to this video or create a separate video for that? You know what, let's move to the next video. So in the next video, I'm going to talk about my body care routine, which quite a number of you have been asking for a really long time. So don't forget to please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my body care routine. Bye guys.